Alright, welcome back to another Ifrich Night review, and welcome back to a part 2 of the Evangelion 01 test type Soul of Chogokin Spec XS-01 TV anime version review. This will be a follow-up of my part 1 figure review of the same item. So let's get cracking. Okay, how I've got this set up should be well, more organized, and we are continuing on for the torso armor fitting, and for the chest, the back, the head fitting, whatever, and we continue on with poses and blah blah blah. So let's get cracking, let's get to it. Okay, firstly you need to take this part and fit it to the back hole over here, if you can see. Yeah, the back hole right here, like so you can cover up her ass. Lift this guy to the side and get on to the main body. Yeah, I forgot something, obviously, like I always do. Fit this piece onto the body, which is connected to a hole over here. Let's see, like so it will look sort of like this at the back. Right, next, take this ugly mug and fit this piece through and into the two holes that are at the side of the figure. Yeah. Now take this part and do the same thing, going through here and into the two notches at the side, like here and here. Yeah. Before we actually fit this character into its legs, into its lower portion, I will settle the back and the front first. So with its front, connect this two in to the tabs over here. You can see the tabs there. So I'll do that. It should look like this now. After that, connect the chest piece like so into the two holes over here. A good way to actually put this in is actually fit these two pieces into the pegs here first, then try to fit in the two pegs into the two holes over here, like so, and then you tap the two shoulder pieces in and here. Now it looks like this, going very nicely, going very well. Let's go to the back. The back piece has this thing blocking its way to its entry plug. Remove that part like so and replace it with this. Yeah, like so, and put the back piece into the back like so. There's no clicking or whatever, but that's how it rolls. Now the entry plug and the back piece are in. Let's make sure that they're tight, and we move on to the arms. Well, for the arm pieces, you have two options. I've already put the clip connectors. For the swords, I forgot what the sword names are. I will find it out and tell you all later. But you can clip it on like this. There are two different type connectors. There are holes, and the other side has I believe rectangular shaped holes, which is suited for this sword. Yeah. So you can either choose the thinner version or the gimmick version, and of course I think I'm more going. I think I might want to go for the gimmick version, so I can move the right arm less. So okay, so to put the shoulder pylons in, there's some grooves in here, and there's like a groove into here, and you have to slide it in carefully so as to not break anything else ever again. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool now. It's pretty good. going pretty well. We're missing a few things. Let's get to that. Remove the hands as carefully as you can and replace it with any of the given purple hands, and fit the forearm blade into its side like so. You can see, yeah, pretty good detail EVA-01 test type. Now let's get on to the head. The head looks really detailed, of course, definitely. And I don't know if you can, if my camera can pick it up. There's eyes in there, yeah, and you can move the mouth. Alright, so how you can fit in the head? Just remove the head because it's connected to a ball joint. Yeah, and then fit the ball joint, the head in, and boom, you've got EVA-01. So right now it should look a bit like this, and for me it's the point of no return, because I've actually if my work in progress has, and if my methods have worked, it should be able to not break at all. So it's time for you and for me to find out. So after you took it out, it's time for you to put it back in. I'm very nervous right now. Oh my god. Alright, it's in. Alright, I don't hear any cracking, I don't hear any breaking of anything. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Yeah, it's definitely tight, and the only joint that can be moved is the top part. Yeah, but what can I do? Alright, here is EVA-01. Look at that, pretty cool, huh? And right now I've recruited with its gun holding hands, and this guy is now connected with his pistol like so. Pretty cool looking. Okay, so right now I want to go through some of its gimmicks. The main gimmick, of course, it's cast off armor gimmick. Yeah, the cast off armor gimmick that I've already shown you, and the other gimmick is its shoulder pylons. And for this guy, for the left arm, it actually houses a progressive knife inside. So how you can access that is remove this portion, split the pylon into two, and after that swing the blade out, and within it contains a mini progressive knife that is also usable. Pretty cool. So yeah, put this thing in real nice. Next, for its side, I've already shown you before, it has its needle gun, sorry, like so. Okay, it's safe to say my joints right now are quite tight. Yeah, I've encountered another problem is that it's kind of wobbly when it stands up. I'm not so sure why, but let's keep going. The next gimmick is actually its, well, entry plug gimmick. Move the head down a bit, pull this piece up like so, then flip this portion out, and you'll notice there's a hole in there which you can fit the EVA-01 entry plug, which is pretty good and well detailed. Now Shinji Ikari is safely inside his Evangelion to cry and bitch and whine. Now to some poses and my verdict. As you can see, it can do a very nice, very well squatting pose. And articulation, and me talking about articulation for this guy is that the articulation for this guy is pretty spectacular for a toy of its age. 2007, this toy came out from Bandai, and not many toys at that time had really good articulation. For example, the MSIA or the Code Geass in action offshoot figures, their articulation were very subpar compared to this guy. And for the $6,000 price yen price at that time during its release, during its release, it's actually pretty good because you get really good die-cast content, you've got good articulation, a lot of accessories, and the size is very good actually in terms of high-end toys. Okay, but however, even though with its high price, you expect quality, and the recurring theme for me for this figure during the past 1 or 2 weeks was that the recurring theme is breaking of parts and looseness of joints. Like I said before in my previous videos, there are loose joints in the shoulders. So even if you could do a shoulder raise, if let's say you have a pellet gun or a sword, okay, you especially this sword, especially because it actually weighs down onto the shoulder joint, and even if you can do a side raise for my good joint, it will still flop down and it can't really hold the weight properly. I'll show this to you in another pose, but just to rant a little bit more, the waist joint actually broke even though I pulled it out once, and the other joint that is at the right side is actually broken when I first bought it, like I told you all before during the unboxing video. So yeah, it has a lot of potential, but it has also a lot of possibility for it to break. I could see the legs break, like the knee joints. I could see the knee joints breaking and being very loose, like because you have to take it out, and then the joint is the part that is packed into the thigh is actually bigger than the joint itself, so you have to be careful of that. I could see the ball joint breaking for the head. I could see the horn breaking, so I'm wondering why they didn't include a soft horn like they did for the Robot Tamashi. But actually, to be honest, the Robot Tamashi came out later, but they could have done that with its high price of $6,000. And the shoulder joints are very weak. They had it's actually, the material used is actually quite thin. Not to mention the pegs for the wrists are quite thin as well, because it's not a conventional ball joint but a peg. And when I pull the hands out, it actually leads to momentum downwards to the arm, and I'm scared for the joint to break, that the joint over here will keep breaking. So I think I'm gonna minimalize changing arms, changing hands, and using any other weapons. So these are the weapons, like I said before. One other good thing is that if EVA-01 actually holds on to its weapons really well, really nicely, and you can actually do some dynamic poses with EVA-01 on the ground. Due to its high die-cast content in its armor, it's very well grounded, I have to say that. But the problem is, if you want to show EVA-01 jumping, you need to get some kind of stand, maybe a Hot Toy stand, or a lot of Tamashi stage act stands for EVA-01 to actually be in any good aerial poses. And back to the point of loose joints, as you can see, that's a problem I'm gonna have to face when I'm actually using the pellet rifle. So to end this thing, I want to say I would recommend this figure if you are very careful, but I would also rather recommend you to get the XS-03 EVA-01 figure because it actually comes with better accessories in my opinion, and it has a more updated version of the EVA-01, and yeah, it just looks nicer in general, and I believe it has better joints too. So just follow my word, get the renewal version of XS-01, XS-01R, or the rebuild of Evangelion version of EVA-01. Alright, so that's it for the review. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time. Have a good day.